What's happening, people? Welcome to the General Banter Podcast. Our first sponsor today, the OGs, Manscaped.com. They want me to let you know that it's holiday season coming up. You will see accompanied graphics here with a shaven walnut representing the bald, smooth testes you're going to have over Christmas when you get the Lawnmower 4.0. It's the best Christmas present for any male in your life. I've said this before. No harm in buying your father-in-law, for example, a device that shaves his nuts clean, ready for the winter. So, go ahead and get yourself one of the packages. They've got everything in there. Boxers. They got the razors that shave your face, the ply. They've got the Lawnmower 4.0. That shaves anything, anywhere in the dark. They got ball toner, ball deodorant. They even got boxers in there. They've got the whole package. You can assemble a package for yourself. A package for your package, as they say. Or the tools for your family jewels, whatever way you want to put it. And listeners to this podcast get 20% off if you use the code GENBANT1. Go on the website, manscaped.com, and when you go to purchase the thing, put in GENBANT1, you get 20% off. And that's quite a considerable chunk, I would say. And a wonderful Christmas gift, or whatever form of religious holiday you're having this winter. But you will be enjoying it with a porcelain pipe and smooth testes. Enjoy it. Beer 52, another OG sponsor, still on board, still cranking out the beers, still sending them to my house. I can barely move for IPAs and dippas and tippas and quadrippas. Beer 52, the original subscription service for beer. You sign up, they take all the worry out of your hands of selecting beers, and they pick them from the best places and the best breweries in the world, and they send them to your house in a pack of 8, 10 or 12, and you don't even have to move. You just sign up, and then there's a knock at the door one day, and they're like, hey, a gift, some of the best beers on earth. Fantastic way to drink as well, get yourself a partner, split the beers, see what they taste like, make some notes. I believe there's apps out there where you can submit your opinions on the beers, and those people are nerds. But listen, different strokes for different folks, as they say. So it's beer52.com. If you use our code BANTER, yes? Yep. BANTER, you get the first box for nothing. All you have to pay for is the delivery, and then you just kick back and wait, and they just send the beers out to your house. Tremendous. Beer52.com. Use the code BANTER. Enjoy it.
Hi mate, that's lovely.
Oh, that's thick.
I sound like I've got the cowl, but I don't.
Oh, hold on a second. That's just that old Bartlett rattle.
That's just Baines.
I have nothing to talk about, but sure, we'll figure it out as
I
well.
would bluff it.
You know what I mean? Like
we haven't chatted before.
Illuminati. I mean, that's the next stupid thing I might spend money on.
Nice.
And your choice would either be Audi or that.
Aye. I'm very much like, what kind of bladed weapon should I put up in the room? I nearly bought £1,000 recliner last week.
Fuck off. Are we recording? Yeah. Right. We've got all this.
Right,
yeah, go ahead. You kept the fucking...
Just fucking... Because I was doing my wee flat up. So I went to Janelle and got myself a wee fucking breakfast bar and lampshades. I was like, this place looks class. And then I was like, I want a new couch. And I went into this fucking... It was not like DFS, like fucking just Sofa World or one of them fucking places.
Sofa Land.
Aye. And there was just an electric recliner, and I was just like fucking...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, aye. And immediately, I wouldn't even fit in the house.
Oh, yeah.
And my girlfriend was like, you cannot buy that. I'm going, you need to shut the fuck up.
It's either you
Don't tell me what to do with my fucking money.
If Micky wants a wank charity, fucking gets one.
Does this come with a shite bag? Or do you have to install that yourself?
Is this a commode? And also heated?
Well, I've got a dressing gown.
Komodo?
That Komodo.
There was fucking... the sun's shift. Well, I'll do one ad in this, right?
Right, you do now?
Wait a minute. No, I can't. I've lost the read. It's for some bald pills. We'll go back. We'll do
Is
it
there bald
anyway.
pills?
Yeah.
What's the Gen Band discount in them?
I don't know. I don't even... They basically were
fucking
like...
bald pills and Manscaped? Make your fucking mind up.
They're fighting it out.
Do you want to be upside down?
Do you want to grow pubes in your head and then shave them off for 20% off? No, there was a read there. It's for some sort of bald treatment. And I was like, hi, Jared, what sort of demographic do you think you're working with here?
Forward to me. I'm
too late.
I'm in the market.
But they sent me like 3 lines and then they were like, that's now a sponsor in your podcast, but I don't know where it is. So we'll do it after and we'll probably cut this out. We'll leave it. Anyway. But yeah, see, I was talking to my sister about couches yesterday. And we bought one that was like, we went straight into this furniture place and we're like, wow, isn't that luxurious? You seen our couch, like the big wide blue thing? Like it's so deep, like you can't sit on like a chair like this.
Are you like a wee toddler on it?
You're like, yeah. So like, we got that and it looks amazing, but it's fucking terrible. And then you realize the ones that, because what you want to do is sit there and watch fucking 3 movies back to back.
Aye.
You actually need the like, where it looks like a gamer chair.
Yeah.
You know, wank chariot where you just sit there with the fucking cup holder. Like,
Aye, definitely.
doesn't fit, fits in with nothing in the house.
Yeah.
But looks amazing.
That's like, because I've got just 2 2-seaters.
Aye.
And
2 love seats.
Aye.
Aye.
Well, one's solo. Oh, fuck, well done.
One's
covered in wank and the other one's covered in wank.
La, is it?
It says easy wipe down, but I beg to differ. The original diagnosis was incorrect. For it stuck on, you'd pick it off. It's like sunburn. I know, it made myself sick. But they're like,
you do well to be spaffing all over the chair, like.
Man, I'm still a young man.
Still a young man.
Nothing wrong with my prostate.
When you've shook the bottle for 2 hours, goes everywhere.
Shock the bottle. Shock the bottle sounds like an Irish language program.
Hello, welcome to Shock the Bottle.
Get me la falcha, Augustin, shock the bottle. The wolf tones. Hit, two, hit. Augustin, Enya. This week, shock the bottle, TG Carr.
No, nobody speaks better faux Irish than Dave.
Dave's
Dave
class
can
on
just
it.
fully committed launch into it and he doesn't know anything. Like he just fucking goes straight in there.
It's borderline Russian. If he did an accent, you'd be going, are you speaking fucking ancient Prussian?
Did you do much? Did you do much?
Indian, I see. Well done.
Do you do much Irish in school, Michael? Well, how do you say it? And what is it? You can't say Irish, can you?
No. As Gaeilge.
As Gaeilge.
As Gaeilge. I think we did it for like 1st to 3rd year, but this is awful. Like with this, there was just this morbidly obese teacher everybody would bully. So somebody would just make her cry early in the day, and then the rest of the class went in afterwards. Just had to deal with her sitting there. Like,
really?
Yeah, it was harsh. Like,
so no one learned any.
Nobody. She used to wear these wee plimsolls as well, and the fat from her feet would spill out over the top of them. And she would like, because I was like my second name started with a B, I'd be sitting in the front because it was all alphabetical order. And I'd just be looking under the table at her feet for an hour. Like, fucking
with a boner.
Just if you put them two together, it's like Diddy.
Look at that there.
Oh, it's like Diddy with 5 nips.
Gives a fucking Diddy wank to your feet. Now we're talking.
There was mesh you, fucking.
I've made a mesh in my pants. There was a teacher in our school, big woman, also, and she, did the typical sort of, 58-year-old obese woman thing where she like
died.
No, took a weird step and just broke everything in her foot.
Aye.
I was off for like most of the year, and then eventually came back, and there was a guy in the class who was wasn't the lightest of men himself. I mean, obviously there's tons of fat kids now, but like back in the day, you had like the fat kid. Who had a bit of childhood trauma, no doubt. Now that we learn, we grow up, Michael, we learn.
We know these things.
We
learned behaviours.
We get rid of the toxicity. But anyway, he moved the seat back as she was walking around like watching people work. He shifted the seat back onto her foot. She went, "Oh, you fat bastard!" And
amazing.
Yeah. And there was a whole fucking thing. And he got moved classes and everything.
Aye.
Because like there was just like a bunch of fucking 8-year-olds going like, she did say, can I curse? Yeah, fat bastard. Called him a fat bastard because he's fat and he sat in her fat fucking foot. That would kill you. Like if you broke your foot and then someone put like, the wee primary school chair.
Aye,
with a wee sharp leg into your foot. Oh, you fat bastard. And she taught like music and singing and stuff too. So it was quite operatic. Like.
Aye.
Bastard, and she was full moo-moos, like.
Yeah. The teacher that we had was like, this is horrible, but
that's the name of the podcast, full moo-moos.
They used to have those windows in school that was like on a pivot in the middle. In our school, it was like those kind of old.
Oh, it goes.
So you could pull it fucking right up. And they used to, because she was fat and had wee arms, they would take her handbag and hang it in the handle of the door and then like just fucking yank it up. So she just couldn't get it. So
and you're sitting there going, I can't help you.
It never happened. Yeah, it was like I have awful bad feet, so I can't get up.
Got the raptor arms, like, so you know what I mean, Kobe. You're on your own back.
Don't move him, it'll come back. But yeah, you would see just every so often you'd see a caretaker walking out of her room with a boat hook, just like just big fucking.
Trying to get I did that.
Kids are cunts.
I know they're such cunts. They just don't know any better. I did that in Sports Direct the other week. They left out the big thing.
Aye.
And literally like some fucking, Polish dude or something was like, you have size 12 in there. And I was like, I don't work here, mate. I was just trying to get a fucking, trying to get a hoodie.
And I close that blind. It's freezing.
I don't know what it is with me in fucking sports shops being mistaken for staff.
It's happened to me a few times in
Greg's.
Yeah. I remember, like, it happened to me one time in Top Man, and I remember looking at the girl like, clearly I don't work. Look at the size of me.
Yeah. Like, you see, you can't discriminate. Sure, Aaron told a story there, but fuck Aaron.
Up the raw.
Fly him over, come and do a show.
Aye.
Handsomely paid, headline lavies. Will you do a podcast with me? I'll wait till next time I'm over, man. Suck my.
When's he heading back?
Friday.
Is he? Well,
He's like, I don't know if there's a window of time where I could squeeze in a podcast.
He's just breathing in the fresh air and drinking clean water. And
big-headed bastard. But he told a story about like going to buy a shoe, and he said something about sizes. I can't remember how it went, but the guy was like, there's more men's shoes around there, and he's like, don't want to don't want to assume your gender, so there's lots of types of shoes around there of different sizes and styles and Aaron's like, yeah, don't worry, I'm looking for the men's.
Aye.
As if he walks around the corner and is like, Cinderella.
It's probably just the brightly coloured hoodies he wears, but I don't think you would get Aaron's foot into a kitten heel.
No.
Into a pump.
A stiletto. Yeah. Imagine.
Imagine he did just fucking decide. Boys, I'm fucking wild trans.
Just go. It wouldn't surprise you when he was fucking. Oh, wait, let me talk about the fucking live podcast for a second, because we did it, and he was. I thought he had a hotel room for the night,
right?
But he didn't. He was staying with Dom, right? Like, what age do you hit where someone's like, sure, you can stay with me and my girlfriend in our hotel room, and you go, I'm all right, mate.
Yeah.
He's like, happy days. Trousers off in between them. The two of them faced away.
I had a bad dream.
Just fucking giant snores. But Woodsy bought me a bottle of whiskey for my birthday. Shout out Woodsy. Funniest man in Ireland, maybe. I don't know. The more he says, the more I'm like, this cunt's fucking hilarious. But bought me a bottle of whiskey, and I was fucking feeling it, man. I was excited. I was like, guys, let's get a wee shot now, and then come off stage. Went really well, fucking chugging it. It was gone in about 15 minutes, and I was handed out to like the reps and all that were working. Take one of them and all.
Aye.
Leave your card. And then he was absolutely fucking blasted. Like, he was like on the seat, like.
It takes a fair bit to put him away too, doesn't it? Like,
well, we talked about this earlier. It depends what you're drinking.
Aye.
If you were drinking like molten Skittles with vodka in it or something, you'd drink it all night.
Aye.
But you throw a couple of beers into him and a bit of whiskey. If you get him with the adult drinking, he's like, if he's drinking like a teenager going to fucking, Balsamic, he can handle it.
Aye. Fucking
just real fruity.
Mainline Buckfast and Red Bull.
Aye. If you crush down Pro Plus and put Captain Morgan's on it, that'll do me. But he was fucking wrecked. But then apparently he went back to the hotel and couldn't find them in the hotel, and like just went up a floor and was like on the wrong floor and just sat on a seat in like the lobby or no, like the fucking corridor, and just fell asleep outside the lift for about 2 hours. Imagine just coming out of your lift like, what floor are we on to? And just ding, opens up, and this guy's just like,
fucking hell.
Is that Aaron McCann?
My phone rings.
Just fucking down in the seat. But fair play to him. Who's that?
Probably dermatologist.
No caller ID.
Aye, fuck.
Who's Dermot?
He's does my crystals.
You should have answered it there just to see what it was like. Michael, don't worry. You can keep the feet. Because you pulled out a Lavery's there, didn't you? You must have been it wouldn't be like get a pull out of a gig. Like.
So I've got fucking psoriasis in my hands and feet.
Is that stress?
I don't think so. I don't really know what, because I went to the dermatologist and they were like, "Are you stressed?" And I was like, "Well, apart from like having the wounds of Christ, like the Pope keeps ringing to say, come on round, I take a photo of these."
I'm comedy Jesus.
I just fucking don't know what it is. So last week I was walking on glass and then my legs swole up, which was terrifying. I'm probably dying, but sure, but grand.
Psoriasis. It had to be a wee bit of pressure or something going on there.
I thought it might have just been the fact because Maureen has going from like no work to then just October was fucking all day, all month.
I literally I mean, not even with gigs, just with other, like I was just getting the hang of podcasting, and then all the gigs came back, and then Lavery's went twice a week, and fucking everything was just piling on, and that comes with like loads of admin and stuff. And I was like, I think I'd heard Miley Cyrus or something, or Joe Rogan going like, see, at a certain point, you have to pretend you're like an athlete.
Aye.
You know, like you have to be going, oh, I need to rest and eat well and do all this shit, because it just fucking, you know, implodes at some point.
October was the longest fucking month of my life. Because it started and ended with Ulster Hall shows, and the amount of shit in the middle.
Yeah.
It was just fucking flat out.
And you're just dipping your hands in boiling oil.
Yeah, then doing dishes the whole time.
I know. Maureen and like all of her sisters get the same thing in their hands.
Aye.
Usually comes in like the winter. And it's not as bad as that, but it's similar where they're just like water on it. Like Maureen had to take all her wedding rings off and stuff. There's just like a fucking ring burnt on her hand. And I was like, that's the Lord giving you a message.
It's weird as fuck. It's like, I was thinking about this morning, it's like once every 10 years. Near enough that you can nearly time to the fucking, I'm like, every 10 years.
Every 10 years. The skin sheds from his hands.
Like a fucking rat.
What do you call that shit out of fucking Game of Thrones?
That fucking, yeah.
What's it called?
Stone
skin? Rumple stone skin? What's it called now? Have you seen it? Why have you no microphone, man? For fuck's sake.
What the fuck is that? That's
50.
What I mean.
But you know what I mean? That's what it's like. You're just like, yeah.
It's just, it's
winter. Winter is coming.
It's when you take your sock off and the floor goes.
Does your sock just feel like you've put your foot in a bag of fucking ready salted all day? And
it's kind of like the bride and groom have walked out and you're throwing confetti at them, like, but diseased and sharp.
That is
and painful.
One of the worst things I've ever heard on this podcast.
Fucking stinking. Even like doing the Ulster Hall.
What do you do? Steroids? What do they give you?
They give me steroids that haven't worked, then they give me another steroids that's made it worse. And then now, this is the thing, it's like you're phoning the hospital and they're like, just leave it to Monday. I'm going, I can't fucking pick anything up or walk. Like I'm cancelling work left, right and centre for it.
I'm sliding across this wooden floor here like a puppy.
So I'm having to, like, I'm going to try and go private, I think, next week. Just be like, listen, there's something wrong with me. Something wrong with my hand.
Private Squid Game mask on. Don't say anything. Please.
Meet him in a park and sunglasses. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. No names.
I'm going to pass you a photograph of my foot.
And then I want you to meet me in a public toilet. And fuck me.
To take my mind off the foot pain. Fuck me.
Fuck my feet.
Fuck me. There was a real hotspot for that near my house. Remember we talked about it before?
Cottaging?
Hazelbank, yeah. Where dudes would, and it's funny because, you know, it was always like a punchline, like, you know, joking about, you know, any fucking gay jokes were flying around, you would talk about that. And then me and Maureen went to McDonald's one day and we're like, let's fucking, why don't we drive down here? And in the middle of the day, this was obviously about 12 years ago, I haven't had a McDonald's since. But, since last week. But we went down and sure enough, you're like, why is there so many dudes by themselves in cars here? They're hardly here to, like, you know, I just take myself down there and I meditate.
Just have a wee think.
And I read a book. Yeah. There's just a lot of fucking dudes getting out of the car, going in the toilet.
And is that an anonymous, or is that guys in a secret couple meeting up, or is it just sure there'll be one about in a minute?
I think what it is, no, I don't know. I literally don't. I think maybe you pull up and maybe you sit there for a minute and you suss out who's you know,
who's packing,
who's bussing for a thrusting in these cars here, and then you basically probably just get out of the car and lock the door and be like, and then walk slowly to the toilet, you know, and just be like, just let people know, like, I'm in here now.
You just quickly look back and go,
yeah. Imagine you like, imagine you just innocently pulled in there, full turtle head, and you're like, fuck, and you get out of the car, and you stop, and you're like, oh wait, is it away? And everyone else is in the car being like, look at this dish over here, and you're like, no, it's coming out, and you go in the toilet, and they're like fucking looming their dick up and on, and they just fucking make their way to the toilet, and you're just false alarm, boys, put it away. Only messing you. Literally.
You go,
or you're down for shit and there's just two dudes fucking in
one
it.
of those bad shits where you don't do anything. Your body takes over. But you start going. Yeah. And they're like, fuck, what's he doing?
It's like your arse is coming shit.
Oh fuck. Oh Jesus, help me. First time. No shit before. Like us all day.
Eighth one today.
You need to go gentle on the first one. You're fucking telling me, mate. Fuck.
It's like a grenade.
Oh fuck, it's all up my back. Aye, that happens. Would you not just swallow it? I got it in my eye one time.
Oh, the patch. I get it now. I told you, this might be the 9th time I've told this story.
If you eat pineapple, it tastes better.
I don't think so. It felt like a pineapple coming out. First one. No, my fucking, honestly, I've told this a million times. My granny was saying like, oh, you know, because there was like a police sting at the place, because they were like, listen, there is a kids play park here. We're kind of like throngs of dudes fucking each other all day. So the police like did a bit of a sting on it, like in the middle of the night or something, and they were like, oh, our friend's husband happened to get caught up in the middle of that. And I was like, oh, why? And she's like, yeah, he couldn't sleep, and he had prostate issues, and he just took himself for a drive, you know, something to do in the middle of the night, and needed to go to the toilet, and
I found a man on his prostate.
No, wait till you hear this. My granny telling me this, and me just biting my tongue off inside my mouth. And he went in there, and he took his paper with him, and he was going to the toilet, and he dropped the paper. And of course, isn't that the sign for, you know, that you want a bit of pipe? And sure enough, the police come in. They were like, they arrested everybody. And I'm just sitting there like, probably like Christmas dinner. No, my granny. I was like, this is fucking the biggest pile of shit I've ever heard in my life.
Fucking hell.
I wouldn't shit like it, whether you knew about the Cottaging or not.
Aye.
You wouldn't piss or shit in this place
for money.
If it was a fucking emergency, like. I love that though. No, not Trevor, not at all.
Oh, he's a good Christian man.
He legit needed a piss at 4 a.m.
Aye.
in a gimp suit.
So
it was Halloween.
And he left the house, drove 25 miles. He'd set in some butter accidentally, because you know how that always happens.
They do live in Ballymoney. He got lost, and all of a sudden he's in Newton Abbey. And you get caught out like anyone else.
Of course. He thought he'd picked up a flashlight, but in fact, no, it wasn't. It was a dildo.
A dildo, it was. He thought it was a bidet, and he thought, this is where there's a bidet in here. And he looked down at his man, licking his ass.
Straight bidet, yeah, night.
Any other crack?
No.
It must be on a certain level class, though. But I think the Cottaging bits, because it's kind of secret, most of the dudes are like married and all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because I know, like, I have seen sort of the situation of a friend of the family who their two uncles were caught, because I think Loch Ness, or like around Oxford Island and Lurgan, there was a similar sort of thing going on.
They pick the spots.
And they were like found in hedges, but it was a kind of like they went for a walk and they both fell.
Yeah. Guy did a car.
And each other's asses.
I know. It's a shame, really. You can't just come out.
I know.
Obviously, there's sticky scenarios where people have families involved and whatnot, and you can't just turn around to the wife and be like, "Let me stop you there, pet.
Aye.
I don't need to listen to your shit anymore." Me and Brian here.
Met him down the golf club. And
we're going Bahamas for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
My shit is Bahamas. So yeah, now that we've covered gays, yeah. So you missed that. You missed out on Saturday. Had you have been at full health, would you have popped over for the live one?
I was thinking about it, because I was trying to get the time of it right, because I thought you had to be finished by a certain time because the dancing was allowed back on. But then they put that back, didn't they, or something?
Yeah, it was the next day.
Aye.
But they still had a club night. They still had a
right.
room full of people boozing, like, so
Aye.
they wanted us out. And it's interesting to see because there was like fucking 450 seats, and then an army of people come in and just, and I don't even know where they go in the building. They take them up the lift somewhere. But yeah, I was speaking to our boy Dino there, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Micky probably could do it." He goes, "We can just push." He's like, "We can push his show by like 15 minutes, and you can come around for like half an hour, from like 8 to half."
It probably would have made more sense because we were still pushing to start at 8 o'clock, but then they were doing all the COVID testing and all that sort of shit at the Ulster Hall.
For your show?
Yeah, so what was happening was Casey was going on to maybe half a room that was filling up because people were doing the COVID test then going to the bar. I got a fucking dirty nose. How long? Jesus, I feel like I've snappers.
Blow it all over the good mic. We pause for a nice bit of kitchen roll too. There's a man lives by himself.
That's it.
That's a man. That's a man in his own apartment there.
So Casey went
Blow
to
it
put
his
it back. Kitchen roll's better for your nose. Doesn't cut it as much. Doesn't get as rough.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, I probably could have essentially been over there for.
It would have been fun now.
Because I'd thought about would it be fun if I just rang you and went, here, I'm just going to like walk on, don't say anything, and just walk straight back on.
Place would have went bananas.
I wouldn't good crack.
Absolutely Bahamas.
And did you stay around Belfast long then afterwards, or were you just?
Well, Maureen was driving, so we drank just when it was done by 9. So like I think we drank did we stay there like 11:30 or something? Yeah. Stayed there for a good couple of hours, like, and then eventually we were like, right, someone's minding our child here. We'll go. Let me get home and take care of the children to work.
Because me and Keezy were staying in the Grand Central, so we're like, we'll go to the residence bar in the Grand Central.
Fancy house.
Walked in and immediately went, this is shit. I've never been in a pub before in my life where nobody was laughing.
You said that to me. That's fucking weird.
It was fucking creepy. Like, we're all sitting there like,
well, is it the one that's up in the air? That's
not the. It's like
just the red.
Yeah, it's like the first or second floor, just.
Because I was gonna say, like, that's everyone that's in there is there for the gram. Like, you're just in there being like.
But this wasn't even that. This was like people in their fucking just 50s, just sitting around.
Yeah, I mean, you don't.
It was. You just immediately felt we do not belong here for what we were intending to do, which is get fucked up.
Smoke weed inside.
Yeah, I think Keezy had about fucking 3 packets of edibles.
I thought they were potato.
Yeah, just at them.
Like his tolerance is not like
it's insane.
How his brain hasn't melted is beyond me. Like, because we'll not talk about it.
Oh,
about the Amsterdam. Fucking half a joint, and I'm
exactly the same. I'm
mentally ill. Like,
somebody gave me weed at a gig a few weeks ago, and it's been sitting in my house, and I'm just like, I can't roll. Especially with these weak fucking scabby hitter paws. but I'm like fucking. Yeah. Even the time I ate those edibles, I was giving them to my sick aunt, and I was like, I'll try them first, and lost my fucking mind in my mum and dad's house. 34 years of age, going.
I just don't understand. We were actively going like, it's only the drugs. It's only the drugs doing this to you. It's not you. It's only that you're not having a heart attack. You're not on what feels like the top of a jumbo jet right now. That's what I get. I get the cold, like.
I always think it's when you're stoned. My first, oh fuck, this is kicking in, is when you go for a piss and it feels like it's taking ages.
Yeah, and you're getting, your calves are like quivering.
I haven't standing here.
I never pissed standing up either. Not since the iPhone came out have I stood during a piss. I'll sit in a urinal in public.
I don't know. I
in a bar. All right, lads. 2 dicks just hanging here.
Big keg stuck to your ass in the way.
You wake up in the morning like, the fuck is it?
Chewing on my back.
They sent the fucking Oreo. oh, he blew.
Oh, my liquor's all sort.
Oh, how rank.
I don't know why I've sent it to you the last time I was here. Because I've been living on my own now for 5-6 months. I keep forgetting to close doors and going for a piss.
Oh, when you're in public?
Like or my parents' house or friend's house.
It's the one place where, and I think it's like growing up in a house where everyone got up in the morning and it was frantic to get ready.
Aye.
You like lock the door as like a territorial, I'm fucking in here now, leave me alone. And I will fucking double lock doors in my own house with my own 2-year-old outside going, let me in. I'm like, you can fucking wait, you dick. I'm shiting.
Don't know what it is, but I've just been
You're just getting lax about it
Yeah.
now?
I was doing the Empire there last Tuesday, and everybody's sitting in, like, because you can't go in the green room because of the COVID rules. So everybody's just sitting in a storeroom where the toilet is, and just went for a piss, completely forgot. Just standing there.
Who was on?
Me, Peter Flanagan, Andrew Ryan.
That's all right.
Good levels, good crack.
Just dudes, like, it's all right.
Yeah, just dudes. Yeah, no
least
point bringing them chicks on.
If there's any of these women knocking about, they'd have a problem with it, wouldn't they?
Oh, talking about all that shit.
Oh,
Blood, no.
periods.
Disgusting. Do you know how hard it is to be a woman? I have a rough idea. You never fuck up about it. Do you know how hard it is listening to you? Yeah.
Having booked, like, I mean, I hate to go on about it again, but see trying to book a comedy club, and they're just as like, they're real, and especially here, massive shortage of female acts.
Yeah.
You know, there just is. And like, you know, it's not just, that's not the only qualification.
Aye.
You need, but it just seems to me like there aren't a lot of female acts available, and then there's not a lot who go at it the way a professional comedian goes at it.
Yeah.
Of which there are tons of dudes.
See, I think it's one of those things
And
where,
by
like,
that I mean turn up, write new material all the time,
Yeah.
work on your set, go to gigs to watch,
Yeah.
you know, all that sort of shit that's involved.
I think that's the way it's always, like, there's always been more males doing stand up purely because it's a more, not aggressive, but you do have to fucking give up a lot of shit for it.
It's a lot more competitive than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is like a weird little fucking group of misfits as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
You know, it's people who are like, man, I've found like fucking 20 new mates that all do comedy, and everyone's kind of weird.
Yeah.
As well, so they like going and hanging out with them and fucking that sort of shit.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's just, I forget what I was going to say. I think there's a thing as well where sometimes a lot of the women who are in comedy now haven't even had now this sounds like I'm against diversity in comedy, which I'm not.
Truth.
But you do see a lot of women who you don't work as hard as fellas.
Oh my
Getting
God.
handed stuff.
Oh my God. Well, there is a certain element of because there are so few females doing comedy, people are looking to make their lineups and stuff more diverse, so you will immediately get more work.
Yeah.
And that's like, we've been saying that for ages.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I book a comedy club, and of course, if there was more female comedians of a certain level,
yeah,
they would be on
well,
every. They'd be getting work all the time.
I'm seeing now that I'm booking the Hatfield, you're sort of going. You need people who are going to sell tickets for this.
Yeah.
So
and smash it, like do a good job.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
It is. It definitely is, and it's
tough now.
It was weird. We did. I was a judge in that BBC New Comedy thing that William got through.
I turned it down. You're welcome.
Did you turn it down?
Up the raw.
Yeah.
I was all.
He said, "Do you want to go to Port Rush and judge comedy?" And I went, "Let me just."
Do you know what was the good thing about it was you weren't on screen judging. Do you know what I mean? It was just like,
yeah,
there's a fucking lack of power and a night in a hotel. But when it came to the actual judging side of it, it was insane to me to actually see the BBC and two of the other judges actively trying to put women through, even though they didn't do as well as the fellas, just for politics.
Yeah.
And like, you know,
did they not also say like about William, like, he's funny but he's white or something? Did they say?
There was a point where one of them was like,
and William. People don't know William Thompson's like a sort of Canelo. You know, he's Mexican.
Yeah.
He's a ginger Mexican.
100%.
Dwarf.
Yeah.
Who's disabled?
All of them. Yeah. He's got that terrible palsy. Tara.
It's actually cerebral.
French, is it?
Terrible.
Terrible. But because it was on the night, it was between William and Vittorio.
Right.
So they just both had the best sets. That was it. And one of the judges was like, "I want Vittorio to go through, but I don't want to put him through because he's good looking." And I was like,
"Sorry, where's your dog and your stick?"
Yeah, but it was the thing that got me was the two other judges don't belong to the straight white male category. So they're like, we've been objectified in comedy in our lives, and the first chance they got to put somebody else in a bracket, they did it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The first opportunity they were
I'm
like,
not
well, you're that
female comedian. I'm just a comedian.
Yeah.
But this white fucking ugly
Yeah.
cunt.
At one point they're like, I don't know, it's a bit laddish, and I'm like, people were clapping,
Yeah.
and yet how come when you talk dirty, it's not laddish, it's empowered.
Yeah.
It's the same. You're saying the exact same thing we say.
You ugly slapper.
Aye, you fucking muff diver.
Yeah,
but it was weird even to see the production staff talk about it like, finally we're making progress with the women getting through, and you go, but there's funnier fellas, there's funnier women that aren't getting on as well.
Yeah,
that aren't ticking the right boxes. Like,
there's funny women that are actually just out fucking doing their
Yeah.
job as a comedian instead of trying to win fucking competition.
Yeah. Because it's even like, I was like, Jojo Sutherland is fucking a great stand-up,
Yeah.
but doesn't fall into whatever subcategory of female that the TV and all need to get more work.
Well, she's a bit older.
Still. Oh, age doesn't make a difference. Once you're past fucking 40, don't give a fuck. Once you're past 35, we're both fucked for TV.
Oh, even with dudes?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
But why are like some of the biggest comedians in the world, like they don't really...
Because they have to go back to them. They have to eventually go, fuck, we need the ones in their 40s. So like Micky Flanagan for the UK was going for years before he got big. Same with CK, Bill Burr. All those guys did the road and fucking work clubs for years. And when America did what the UK is doing now, which is make tons of fucking... It wasn't panels, it was just sitcoms. So they all got fucking sitcom deals, and then the stand-up on TV was shit. And they eventually went, fuck, we're going to have to go back to the guys who know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why the biggest comedians in the world have been club comics for years.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And there's nothing makes you funnier
Yeah.
than just grinding
100%.
grinding it out for years and years and years.
Definitely.
And especially an American club.
Yeah, because it's hard as fuck. Like,
Yeah, and like, you know, any of those big ones like the Cellar and Comedy Store and all, you got to be churning out new shit all the time.
yeah.
Or else people will just be like, who's this fucking
I
cunt?
was listening to Dave Chappelle was on Joe Rogan there maybe a year ago.
Yeah, just the
Yeah.
last time he was on.
And he was talking about like in New York, you could, because at the time you could do 7 or 8 spots in one night. It's like you could start the night with a new idea, and by the end of the night it's a new bit.
Yeah,
But you had to be doing that every night of the week.
yeah. For sure.
Just fucking... I think, as well as that now, it's like...
Now you can do it here. Hatfield.
Yeah, you can fucking get every night of the week.
Lav race.
But then it's
Hogs.
like the... everybody's doing ours now. So it used to be in the UK circuit, you had a good 20 that kept you in the clubs for fucking years. Excuse me. Now everybody's doing ours. So, but you've got comedy club promoters who are going, you can't work anywhere else, but you need to be working all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know that idea of you can't, if you gig here, you only gig here, but also get loads of stage time so you have new stuff for here. It's a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I'm only hitting the point now where after you do a couple of big shows, you're like, why can't I do this all the time? You forget how hard it is starting from scratch.
Man, we have the hardest job of all. I think.
Yeah,
It's like there's there'll be like a guy,
Firemen can't do what we can do.
No. There'll be a guy having his fucking eyelids burnt off, going, "Thank God I'm not on stage."
Yeah.
That's what he'd be saying to
Yeah,
himself.
definitely. He couldn't do it anyway.
Nah, he couldn't.
Yeah.
Nah.
Doesn't have the panache. The chutzpah.
It's not sexy enough either.
Yeah, that's also very sexy. It's one of the mate. I'm so itchy.
Is there a bigger letdown in life when you see actual firemen? Do you know what I mean? Like versus like what you see,
Aye.
in those magazines.
Well, I was never more let down when I went to Magic Mike and nobody disappeared. Didn't cut anybody in half. Just swinging his cock about.
Did you go to Magic Mike?
No, I would though.
Do you see actual cock?
No, it's not. What's the one?
Chipping dicks?
Yeah, the Chip Index or the Dream Boys. I think you see actual dicks.
Dream Boys. What's the one on Pornhub where there's a guy dressed as a teddy bear just fucking everyone in the mouth? It's like a party.
Rainbow. Hello, Zippy. Ooh, he fucked me in the ass. I don't know why that's fucking Frank Spencer.
This guy came in with a fucking bear hat on and just pulled his dick out. It was just like, you get a dick, you get a...
Oh,
and then,
yeah, like the bachelorette party.
And I was
thing.
watching, I was like, this is obviously pre-COVID because
because everyone's mixing here.
it'd be safer putting in their ass, I'm afraid.
Guys, please, respect the rules.
Like, I could be the biggest sex freak of all time and someone like pulls a dick out of someone else's mouth and goes to put it in mine. I'm like, no.
Do you know what I've noticed this thing? I don't know if it's my age, but there's a thing in porn that's starting to really wind me up. It's when women have bikini lines, right? So you see these like porn, like big mad doing the like sucking dick, spitting on a cock, taking up the ass, and they've got wee white lines.
Oh right, okay.
And you're going. So how long? You'll go on the internet and take 4 dicks up your fucking shite pipe, but you won't get your tits out on the beach, or you won't.
But I think
is that maybe a choice? I don't know. Some people like the white marks.
I imagine if they're that pronounced, it's probably a spray tan.
No.
No?
Just weird. I just remember it put me off.
Yeah. You're getting.
I was like, now I'm out of the story.
You're like a game of fucking Kerplunk here.
Yeah.
With dicks coming everywhere, but you're in the wee spray booth.
Yeah,
Just like, don't take that off, Nick. Don't be
looking at them. Yeah, it ruined it for me. It's like, you know when you watch Star Wars, you see that guy hit his head off the door, and you're like, what's the whole thing ruined now?
I've never seen Star Wars.
Have you not?
No.
Haven't lived.
Seen porn. Seen Star Wars porn.
Star Wars.
An old fucking lightsaber up the...
I am your father. I know we shouldn't be doing this. What if mommy comes home?
I'm stuck in the washing machine. Oh no. I don't even know if that's...
There's something as well about watching British porn.
Right.
Is hilarious. Because of the shit they say at each other.
You dirty fucking...
You like that, don't you? Oh, you do. You fucking like my cock in your ass. So, they've all got a wee bit of a cold. Oh, yeah, you want to get back a taxi? Have fuck me.
Terrible teeth. You're watching British porn, you're like, bro, get a chapstick.
There's something about British porn as well where all the dudes get rimmed. And I'm like, ugh.
I know, not a British
yeah,
ass.
You want me to lick your asshole, do you? Here we go. Here we go. Lovely.
Let me ass just out of Greg's. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Steps out of the taxi to fart a couple of times.
When we're done, can you drop me off at Morrison's? I need to get beans.
Give me a second. All right. Give it a waft. Jimmy Savile in the back of this taxi. Now then. Lick me ass.
Put tongue up hole.
Stick finger up mum. Oh, about to blasting back a Passat.
More gravy.
I'm having chicken tonight.
When's your doll me all day, eh?
Eat up your auntie's. What was that? There was like one that was like, eat up your aunties or something. That was like their tagline. Well, maybe it was porn. Oh my god. You dirty bastard.
Lovely.
Get that? Always sound like Sean Bean getting the ride. Take a dick, you dirty bastard.
Oh, smells like egg and cress.
What am I typing in here? Oh, why? Eat up. Yeah. You're at your auntie's. Let's see what it's for. Uncle Ben's?
Really?
Which is weird. Eat up your auntie's, Uncle Ben's. Progressive.
Cultural appropriation, if you ask me.
Will they play one?
Yeah. We'll play it but dub it over porn.
Yeah. Eat up your aunties. Someone's just getting their asshole eaten. The mooring come in yet?
Speaking of getting their asshole eaten.
Sorry.
Where's me wife?
Pavlov's. Tickle your ribs. Turn up. Is it connected? You filthy bastard. Save your soul. That looks gash, man. Smack your chops. 4 cheese return. Connect, man. Now, why won't this connect? This? Colin's iPhone, unpair. Would you like to unpair? Yes, I would. Done. We fucked it. We fucked the whole bloody thing, bastard. Let me see. Connect, you fucking bastard. I mean, this will not be worth it.
Aye.
Will. Huh? Is now discoverable. Well, gee, listen, Road. Are you going to sponsor this podcast or not? Because the fucking thing's a nightmare.
Is that a new one? Did you get it fixed?
I had to buy a new one, and then the guy from Road got in touch with me and was like, how can we help, man? And I'm like, well, I've fucking already bought one, haven't I?
Oh, fuck.
You fucking bastard.
Is that a bit better than the other? Is it the same one?
Same, like, but I think it's metal. The last one I think it was plastic, and this one's got a metal finish on it. Listen, I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, it was Uncle Ben's. We found that out. Eat up, you're auntie's asshole, you bastard. And now it's gone to some fucking, what's that? The thing's haunted. Hold on. What timestamp are we at there now?
40 minutes.
40?
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. We are taking a technical break here. Guys, we have a new sponsor on board. They've obviously looked at the sort of demographic that listen to this podcast, and they've went, this is right up our street. Are you worried about losing your hair? Am I worried about it? No. That ship has sailed. But there's people out there who are on the verge, and those people can be saved. Opportunity for the presenter to talk about their hair journey. Here's the journey. It was short and sweet. It walked off a plank and never came back. Poke fun at their co-presenter. Sweet hair, Niall. You ginger. Auburn. You won't be surprised to find out that a large majority of men start losing their hair in their 20s. Or in my case, in your sort of late 18s. Now, if you've looked at hair loss clinics, you'll know that their experience is overpriced. True and impersonal. Someone once got in contact with me and they were like, hey man, we'll give you a free treatment. We're basically going to tattoo your hairline on. And I was like, let me tell you something, I've never been more glad to be completely bald in my entire life. But these guys are going to save you. Sons.co.uk. Take their free 1-minute online consultation. They will tailor a subscription treatment plan specifically for your needs. There's no contract or hidden charges, and it's all delivered directly to your door. Easy. You know? Fantastic. They're a men's healthcare brand that they offer clinically proven, licensed hair loss treatments for less than the cost of a cup of coffee per day. Less than a cup of coffee. Do you want to be energized, or do you want to have flowing locks? You tell me. Or if you're well off enough, you can have both. They've treated over 2,000 customers. Sorry, that's 20,000 customers, and their treatments deliver results in 9 out of 10 men who have tried it, I presume. So show your hair loss who's boss, and go to sons.co.uk and use the code BANTER20 to get £20 off your first order. Outrageous. Shout out to the new sponsor. Would have been cool if they sponsored my podcast 10 years ago. Actually, it wouldn't have made a difference. I was still bald then. I looked exactly the same. The second I turned 16, I was bald and looked like this. But I actually did take them for a month. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that. I did take them for a month and the hair came right back. The photo will be here. So shout out to sons.co.uk. Listen, if it's falling out, we can draw a line in the sand and it won't fall out anymore. Let's stop it. Let's freeze the process where it is. With sons.co.uk, shout out to those guys. Finally, our last sponsor, the OGs, flowcbdltd.com, for all your CBD needs. These guys have it all. They're all about that flow lifestyle. They got the bath bombs, they got the drops, they got the oil, which is the best tasting CBD oil I've ever had in my life. They got the gummies, which will save you carrying around the bottle. You can just pop a gummy. It's all good, man. They got tons of products. They got vitamin D CBD. They have the larger 30ml bottles now available. Keep you going for longer. They have a deal on at the minute. If you buy 2 of the 30ml bottles, you then get 20% off a vitamin D CBD if you buy that separately. Fantastic. But go check them out. They got the best tasting CBD oil on earth. flowcbdltd.com, and I'm getting real sexy with it. Welcome back. We had a bit of a technical diff there.
Trying to watch porn.
We are now back on the road.
Lovely.
Cheering. We'll hit some questions here, man. Hope there's a lifetime ban put on the girl from the live podcast. Simon underneath that wrote story. I'll reminisce for your benefit. We brought up one of my segments was, I can't remember if I did this before, but it was like we're talking about things from Northern Ireland, and all that.
Aye.
And I was like, I found the first ever, and it was from that Bobby Sands, like
Aye, yeah.
election video where they're like, Bobby Sands, right Armagh, or something. The guy just goes, yeah. And I played that, and this girl is like, Bobby Sands is dead. Right?
Uh-huh.
And I went,
Aye.
all good. And then she just wouldn't let it go. And she was getting so sectarian. I was like, I am worried about your safety.
Aye.
Because I feel like someone's just going to kick the shit out of you outside. And it just kept going on. And she just kept going like, Bobby Sands dead. Fuck the Pope.
Fucking hell.
She just fucking, I was like, where are you from? She was Portavogie. And I was like,
Aye. No scheisse.
No scheisse, Just one of those old school ancient loyalist places. Fucking... And then someone said, like, what does her Sunday morning look like or something? And I said, she'd probably just wake up with no kneecaps. But it was, honestly, it was at the point where, like, she was so vocal about it. You're like, yeah, someone is going to, not me, like, I don't give a fuck. I'll be way home.
But
like,
you want to piss somebody off here? Like,
someone's going to just take offense to this. And, like, fucking want to kick your head.
Why would you bother shouting shit like that in the middle of fucking...
She was out of her mind, Michael.
Was she?
And I'd been on stage. Because very last minute, I was like, I'm not going to do a set because I was going to we do 10 minutes each basically.
Aye.
And I was looking at the clock and I was like, right, that's probably not a good idea. So I'll just go on and like bring them on. So I went on and said a couple of bits and some guy was like dressed as Barry the Blender. The worst, I mean, very easy outfit to get right.
Aye. Still fucked up.
Fucked it.
Aye.
He was in costume, but he sort of looked like the rest of his mates. So I don't know. But fair play to him, shout out, cheers for coming. He went, I'm you. And I went, is that what I look like? And everyone laughed. But then, laugh, wave. But I walked off. Them two did a set. Then I came back on and, made a joke of like, I know we're, for showbiz, we're starting the podcast now type thing. And then played the fucking intro. But the second time I came out, she was like, yeah! And I was like, what happened to you in the last like 20 minutes?
Coke.
Yeah, you're fucking... Bobby Sands is dead!
That's fucking...
She couldn't get over it. And then brought up like the Jerry Adams cookbook, and then some other girl just kept going, apple crumble. And that's all she kept saying. Apple crumble. Women, who needs them?
I think it's Halloween time as well. That fucking weekend is always just...
It's a free for all.
Yeah.
Like, and no, I thought everybody would be dressed up, and not at all.
Aye.
It's about 6 people.
I didn't see many dressed up even through town Saturday. Yeah.
I think, well, I don't know what it is. I think people just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just like, nah, fuck.
It's the year in the house, so we're glad to get out.
You know what I mean? They're like, I can't leave a fucking seat
Aye.
in a nightclub. I'll just dress in my normal gear.
Yeah, I suppose it probably makes sense, yeah.
Whom knows? But yeah, that girl, shout out to her. What 90s, 2000s sweets or drinks do you miss the most? I've had a massive craving for Berry Blast 5 Alive. Yes.
That was good, actually, yeah. Is 5 alive at all? It's 5 dead?
No, it's gone. Since I remembered about it, how many of these do you rate? Oh, let's get a fucking look at this shit. I bought some shit when it was hungover in the shop, right? And Maureen, being the food detective, fucking goes through the back of it. And she's just like, this is fucking rat poison.
Aye.
And I was like, but it's so good.
We were...
Jaffa Gold Tropical?
We were reading the back of fucking marijuana edibles
Oh, yeah.
the other day, and you're like, the only good thing in this is the drug. Like, everything else, you're like, fuck me, that would definitely kill a baby.
Yeah. Some song and dance about trying to make a gummy bear. You're like, just give me the fucking weed, man.
Aye.
Frosties I loved Frosties. Cola Frosties.
Fuck, do you remember them, yeah?
Oh, yeah, no wonder.
They were class.
No fucking teeth left. You all wonder why millennials can't stop buying avocado toast, but you all raised this on charcuterie boards. Never was into those. The Lunchables,
Oh, yeah.
stinking. Frubes you can still get, they're decent. Winders, nah, too much fucking about. Sunny Delight, fun fact,
Went through a phase.
guy up my street drank so much that I got hives.
Yeah, it'll happen. Remember, they're not an urban myth about a guy turning orange? There's some American kid drank so much for the skin, but it might have just been jaundice.
I can't remember his name, but yeah, probably did have.
Jaundice something.
John De Santos. Rainbow Drops, rank.
I like them.
Rank.
I mean, they tasted like cardboard dipped in sugar, but
If you're lucky.
no,
Turkey Twizzlers. Sorry, you can't see that.
never had them.
Nah, me neither. Fuck turkey anyway. Chalky cupcakes. Hold on, what does Maureen say here? Are you done? Right, let me text her back. Not quite. Come on in. Bring the coffee in for fuck's sake. Chalky cupcake, never seen them. Fizzy jerks. Wanking the
Great
bubbly.
name for a band.
The fizzy jerks. Sort of surf rock, you know. Banana bubbles, never
Never saw them in my life.
That's what I call my squirts.
It's like my balls.
Shaved down banana bubbles there, love. Get your laughing gear around that. Banana, Maureen would like those. She likes all things banana flavoured. She's fucking stinking pig. Frosties, that's
the
ahead.
shit.
That's definitely top of the leaderboard for
100%.
me. The Melody Pops. Fuck, they can go fucking
Yeah, fuck those.
Atomic Fireballs. Cinnamon, that hot cinnamon is not a good taste.
Aye.
Space Raiders they're still about. Very tasty. Bubbaloo, yes.
Yeah,
The
big fan of those.
burst in the mouth one.
Yeah. They're biting a pimple.
On bongos, absolute gear, but there's no picture of it. It was good. Push pops. Do you want a bit of sugary glass?
Aye.
Don't push me.
I love them. Do you remember they had with flip pops after that?
Yeah.
And they were shite. Like you just bite it and go, ah.
There was definitely a kid that was like, you know, they're like, they'd seen that ad and they were like, don't push me, push a push pop, and then got his fuck kicked in.
Yeah.
Shut up, bitch. It's fucking boot his head. Cheese strings. I mean,
Never had a cheese string in my life.
have you not? I mean, every time they're there, I'll eat one.
Aye.
But I'm not going shopping for them. Chalk dips.
Class.
Nice. Bursting bugs. No picture of those. Oh,
Fuck's
cartoonies. Cartoon, like wee biscuits with.
No, don't mind them.
No, not at all. Extra thin ice. Don't know what that is. There's no pic. Yes.
Fucking Campinos.
Yes. They were lovely.
Where'd they go? Because they were the sweet of the gentleman. If somebody
yeah.
had them in school, you're like, fuck me.
You could nearly buy someone like as a gift. You
Yeah.
know, like, oh, it's your birthday. Here's a bag of Campinos, Granny.
Yeah, it's like, do you want a Werther's original, but it tastes like sweets, like fruits?
And then, you know, the sort of white stripes logo. I like
Yeah.
that too. But squeeze at 100. That's what it says above my my banana bubbles.
Mine just says squeeze at 10 now, it's not as big as yours. Mine just says square.
Is that Frufo or Frufo?
Frufo, I've never... Oh, I remember the ad for those, but I never...
It had a hole in the middle. How big is this thread? We'll be here all day. Fruitang. Don't remember those, really. Quenchy cups. Tip taps.
Tip taps, aye.
Hubba Bubba. Yes, I remember that. Ate the whole thing in one go. That's what you did, didn't you? You put the whole...
Yeah,
you wind
just
the whole
can't
thing
breathe.
into your fucking mouth. Cracking open a cold one with the boys. They were good. But you would you'd have to gnaw the top off.
Aye.
Because if you did it with scissors, it was like trying to eat an ice cream through two fucking razor blades. So it was like,
Aye.
you'd be better just ripping it yourself. Very tasty. And you used to put the whole thing in your mouth and get on your bike and be like, I'll be back when it's dark, bitch. Fucking sticky slobbers
I never did that.
run down your face. True 90s kid now. Bottle pops? No, don't remember those. Microchips? Fuck yeah. Do you remember?
You can still get Toffee Pops, they're still class.
What were the microchips? They weren't microchip brands, but it was like in a wee grid, and you got like exactly like 36 chips or something. What the fuck were they
Oh, I
called?
can't remember those.
Do you know what I'm saying? It was like they were all like, I mean, so processed, like, but it was like it looked like a packet of fags, but it was chips,
Oh, yeah. Fuck, yes.
and you would just
Were,
be like,
were they just like micro fries or something? Like it was,
yeah, but you would microwave them, and they were like fucking. If you tipped it onto the table, it would just melt through the varnish. It was
Aye.
like they were so hot, but they weren't bad. Like they
No,
they maintained the crisp. I'll give them that. Haven't seen a toffee pop this long time. Toxic waste. Don't know what that is.
Fag, just fags. Who minds fags?
Fake fags. Gingerbread Negroni. Is this just moved into something else? Yeah, that's something else.
He's in the UVF, doesn't he? Michael Stone's roommate.
Me and Michael Stone's a charismatic guy. I watched an interview with him the other day. He's like, he seemed very,
I
very.
reckon the people who went to that funeral says something different.
Yeah, he's fucking
Was he
lunatic.
then dropping bombs?
No, but he just he just like seemed like a lunatic. Well, quite obviously, but
Right.
like Like, he wasn't this, like, yeah, I went in there and I fucking killed them. He was like, they were talking to an actor. He's like, well, yeah, I went in and I killed them. You know.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Like,
I reckon he's glad to see the mullet coming back.
Finally, I can blend in. Is he still knocking about, is he?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. Not really up on current events at the moment.
Me neither. It's hard to fucking keep. Oh, by the way, we briefly. Oh, the bin hooker, classic. Look at the fucking. What's that?
I know.
The 8K.
Hey, what are you at? Hooking their beds. I caught you hooking the beds.
Bring him over.
That's what you're at.
It's green
You're
screen.
bed hooking.
It's green screen. We'll cut you out.
Fuck off. Fuck you off, you wee bed hooker. What are you hooking for?
From what?
What are you going to do? Nah. You'll see what's going to happen. What's going to happen to me, you wee bed hooker?
Maureen pops in the actual video we're watching, like, fuck off, you bin hooker.
You fucking coffee?
The donuts is the
Oh,
best.
fuck me.
That's it. I mean, it's been in the car for a couple of minutes, but
That's good.
is that as good a flat white as you've had now, do you think? Oh, here. Cheers now for the AeroPress. We've gone absolutely mental with it. We've just been fucking squirting coffees out all day. Maureen set one up for me, like last night, for me this morning.
Oh, really? Yeah. Class.
Very, very tasty. So, a very surreal moment for me, right? You've been on Conspiracy Guys, haven't you?
No, not yet, actually, no.
Were you not on an episode?
No, I was supposed to do one and then lockdown kicked them. So I'm due to go down, I think, at some point.
So you haven't been on one?
No.
Why did I think you'd been on one? Anyway, you must have said it or something. Anyway, but I'm a big fan of the podcast.
Right.
You know, listen to it frequently. I've listened to hours and hours and hours. But then did that podcast in Galway with Tom O'Mahony and Gordo.
Aye.
And he must listen to this podcast the odd time. Right? And we fucking briefly chatted about Alec Baldwin shooting that woman, right?
Aye.
And we just were like, oh, fuck, it's weird and all. Who has fucking like live rounds on a film set? And fuck, it must be a terrible accident. And then he sends me this message and I'm like, this is mad. This is like a fucking, we've got our own mini podcast
Aye.
from him. Would you hear the way this message starts here if it's hooked up?
Geddis, you mad cunt, I was just listening to that episode there. You have the COVID cold sores or whatever you call this, the newest one there, and you were talking about Alec Baldwin. Revelation upon revelation. In that case, you and Niall breezed over it real handy.
He's almost offended that you were like, yeah, you just kind of fucking said that. And then he just moved on.
Get stuck in.
But then, of course, he goes, that's about 5 minutes long, but he goes on to say, like, your woman's, did I let you hear these? No? I'll let you hear them after. We're not going to sit here and be like, it's a private message. He gets real soppy at the end. But he goes, the woman's husband was like a lawyer who had like represented fucking,
the Clintons,
of course,
yeah,
the Clintons, and then just a whole load of other shit, like whatever fucking dossier they made up about, Trump enjoying being pissed on, which,
aye.
I mean, talk about backfiring, like.
Aye.
He's like, yeah, well, he's probably Trump's type of guy, be like, I probably did get pissed on by a couple of Russian hookers at some point. Like,
you know what I'm like? Fuck that.
You like to mix it up, you know what I mean?
Aye.
But I mean, that's not really a career slag, is it? That's more like you say that to Trump, and he's like, "Fucking right, I did."
Aye.
Should have seen them too.
I guess it's fact tan.
They ate nothing too. It was like Evian coming out of them.
Radioactive, like Russian. You know what I mean?
And then that woman also had produced a documentary that was like, of course, all about Epstein and the flights to the island and all that, blah, blah, blah. And of course, Baldwin's on the fucking flight list, didn't he?
I see.
the
There
infantry.
was something, but I saw. No, I don't know. So I saw somebody fact check that and be like, she wasn't working on anything like that. But I don't know how true that is. I don't know what to believe.
But who knows? Who knows?
It is just how the fuck did they get an actual? Because initially I thought it was like, when Brandon Lee got shot,
Yeah.
it was like
Like a blank might kill you from...
Well, Brandon Lee was like so they were using a revolver and they put these if you've got a bullet in a revolver and you look at the front of it, you can see the bullet in the chamber thing,
yeah.
right? So on the Crow, they have these wee fake Yeah. Fucking,
Is that bullet in there?
no, it's for like just for fucking realism.
Okay.
So they put these wee fake like lids
a wee
on almost.
cap, yeah.
So what happened to Brandon Lee apparently was they fired one shot and the next take, so a bit of it broke off. So come the second take and did it again, and it fucking a fragment
fired
of it.
out.
Yeah. But then they were like, no, there was an actual fucking live rounds in the guns.
So stupid, like.
And I think I read this one. There was a couple other. Somebody shot themselves in the foot at one point on the same movie. There'd been all these. All the crew had brought up that there was a lot of health and safety problems on it,
and they weren't getting paid and stuff, stuff like that.
Then I saw like him talking about it. He got interviewed by just on the street, and he looks fucked. Like he does look like Jesus Christ killed a woman here.
Yeah.
But did you see the thing with the
either way he did. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if
yeah.
he,
Oh,
if
yeah,
he meant it or he
yeah.
didn't. Like,
But did you see the thing with the CNN reporter forgot the girl's name?
no.
So like it was on CNN, like, oh, it's him being like, please respect our privacy and all that shit. And you go, well, if you watch the full thing, he's very directly answering questions, and then your reporters forget the woman's fucking name, and he has to remind them.
I wondered why the tweet after it was so cold.
I didn't see that one.
You know, so like, let me see. I'll look it up here. Alec, it was very like, you know, it wasn't like if you accidentally shot someone, you're like, you'd be like, I can't believe the events today. You know, I'm fucking distraught, blah, blah, blah. It was more just like, bit of a shame that, wasn't it?
That was the Brex kid.
You know what I mean? Movies, not. Alec Baldwin tweet. Yeah, fucking post shooting this bitch. Returns to Twitter with political jab after Rust shooting incident, right? When he... That's a shame too. Everyone likes Baldwin. I need to fucking like... Alec... fuck it. My internet's broke.
I tell you what, though, if I was...
It was very like... You know,
these are the facts.
It was a tragedy what happened to this woman today.
Yeah.
We will all do our best to fuck it. You know, it wasn't like, it was probably lawyers or someone up as arse going like, don't be going like, fucking feel terrible that I shot this fucking girl in the face. Just be very like diplomatic about it. Just like, hey. You know,
it's an accident. Yeah.
Life's a bitch sometimes.
It's fucking madness though.
Do you reckon there was anyone... there had to have been legitimately just got swept along with, oh yeah, fucking Davey there knows a fella has an island, we're going for lunch or talk about business or something. You know,
I've seen Barnaby.
Like they just went and they were like, oh, I'm sure people have. You see, that's how you fuck. I think that's how you keep the thing going. You do invite.
Yeah, you invite plain sight, like You
invite a few people for regular shit.
Yeah.
And then you invite the fucking Prince Andrews to like dog some 16-year-old.
Yeah, I would definitely say like if you like, you know what it's like being sort of half well known here.
Tell me about it, mate. You know what I mean?
But if you're full blown worldwide famous and you want to go for a pint, you'd have to fucking go somewhere like that exclusively. So I think that's been because Chris Tucker has been sort of pretty much cleared from doing anything wrong. He was just there all the time, like a few times.
Man, I'm gonna fuck this.
He ain't gonna be no rush off foe.
Which one are y'all? My daddy wants to catch a bullet. Catch the bullet. So that's my favorite bit of that film.
I don't think I've seen them.
Like the bloopers at the end.
Aye.
My daddy wants. He's trying to say my daddy once caught a bullet with his bare hands, and he goes, "My daddy wants catch the bullet. Catch the bullet with one hand."
Never seen it. Yeah. I have to watch it.
And I went, Chris, that is racist. Oh, no, that was Jackbert Chan. More questions.
Aye.
What's next for Mick after seemingly completing the Ulster Hall? Did you say you had a big show organised?
I've a tour getting organised for next year, and I think in the waterfront next year. Moving up
Just
a
go
level.
straight to the Odyssey. Straight to it.
I don't know if I want to do the Odyssey.
You do?
Yeah, it's good.
You've been in December.
I know. So yeah, I'm just waiting to see what the crack is, because I think that was the thing too. Like, with those shows, it was because it was so fucking short notice. There was no point planning anything until you knew you were, yeah. Well, not after. It was just like basically the rules changed on Monday, so we're doing the Ulster Hall Friday, and the lead up to that was all I was thinking about. So I hadn't got any concrete plans in until
I know
I knew they were happening.
I know you're kind of just taking whatever's right in front of you.
Yeah, just running
for the second or two. Like, that really backfired. Like, the good job is I'm such a fat cunt that would go off and it would just go out the side of the couch.
Did you see the video of the bloke jumping into the fucking fountain in Dublin?
And the thing was up his
clean
arse.
up his arse. Yeah. Oh,
Did it go up his ass or in his ass cheek or something?
It looked like it was up his ass and where the blood was coming out.
Oh no!
It looked like it was a direct hit.
I didn't know it was Dublin either.
I thought it was.
I don't know. It doesn't matter really.
It's still.
You
fucking,
said now? I did. Yeah. Yeah, the guy. Oh my god! Imagine. I've seen a couple of fucking I literally had to grab my balls there.
Aye.
I felt weird. But there was another clip of the guy. Someone's husband had come home and the guy tried to jump out the window in Dublin, and he'd hit the fucking spiked railing at the bottom, and it had just ripped his arm.
It looked like a fake arm.
Why would you not I would just sit there and be like, well, this is gonna be ugly.
Aye, stroked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this away.
I'm not joking.
And then, I'm sorry, bud. I didn't fucking down.
Indian husband. Heard you mention this in the pod a few weeks back. A rather camp yet savage TV presenter talking about fat people. Yeah, I think this was someone. I couldn't remember the name of this, and then someone was like, "Oh yeah, I think it's actually called Fat Families." Is it?
I'm in Telford, Shropshire, and I'm about to meet one of the fattest families I've met in my life. I'm here in the Peak District and about to meet two right massive fatty siblings who are at the peak of their porkiness. I'm going to be meeting some right beach blubber bellies. I'm in Luton, Bedfordshire, and about to meet three right jelly-bellied jumbos. I'm in London town, the nation's capital, home to Big Ben, Houses of Parliament, the London Eye, and four gigantic girls. These girls have got backstage passes to Porkyville. These fatties have seen their feet for years. I'm about to meet a family of Essex fatties. I'm about to meet a right pair of podgy parents. I used to be a fatty myself. It's Mr. and Mrs.
I used to be a fatty myself, but then I got fades.
Massive fatty. About to meet a colossal couple who
HIV.
can get off their backsides long enough to answer the door. These parents' kids got a one-way road to Fatsville.
Got Thibola?
No wonder he's such a massive fatty. I'm about
I
to
got
meet a right
thanorexia.
portly pair. I'm about to meet two right bouncing brummies. I'm about to meet a right pair of wobblers whose weight's completely out of control. Watch out, massive
A right
fatties.
pair of
The lard
wobblers?
police are in
That's
town.
what you call
Too
class
much time
tits.
sat on their fat bums. That's
I'm about to be a right pair of wobblers.
Hey, look at you, hey. Diabetic, hey. You fat fuck.
You fat bastard. That's incredible. What was the show
amazing.
called? I still don't know what the show was called. Was
Tremors.
Was it just I wonder, was he sitting with a notebook, like, at the fucking writing room, just be like, man, we've fucking read this thing into the ground here. What else is there? A couple of wobbly fabbly.
What's your name? Sue. Sue what? Tsunami.
Look at you, eat Monster Munch, fat bastard. Just everyone sounds like they're in Gogglebox. What's this? Everyone in Gogglebox is like, I love this television program.
That woman is so fat she can't even walk around the shop. She's actually trapped in a body of lard. If they don't...
I don't know if that's scientifically correct. Trapped in a body of lard. What about this guy flying down Waterloo Street? I seen that. I'm not clicking on it. The guy in the fucking rollerblades just flying out through Derry. And
I didn't see that.
I'll show you. Jesus Christ.
Funny or cool?
It's quite impressive because he's got a pint in his hand and he doesn't fucking spill a drop of it. Why is the video bigger than Jesus? Why is it fucking enormous, man? Okay, why is it so big? Why is it so big? What has happened here? Anyway, terrible video reference, but
He made it anyway.
the dude was ripping it, man. Where's Waterloo?
I can't remember. I was thinking it was Shipkey Street, but that's not that one.
It's just steep anyway.
It's one of the steep ones.
Steep, sir.
Aye.
Downloaded the wrong Squid Game. Can you let me know? Right, well, you know what this is going to be, don't you?
Japanese squid porn, isn't it?
Yeah, someone's just going to be like, red light, green light, fisted. Reddit. Must be 18 plus to view this community. Yes! Computer's wrecked. And that's blurred. Oh, well, you know what these fucking Koreans are like? We're putting food up their tent. Here we go. Any sound or nah? They fucking act quick anyway in the production.
Aye.
Quickly, Monday morning. Fuck you and anus. Of course, it's like weird. You can't even show the fucking. But
Also, I'd be worried about the ages involved there, Colin. Look, a lady.
Well, we're not seeing anything. Really.
That's true.
You know what I mean? What they should have done was like, you know, they've got the timer going and they've got to lick someone's asshole till, you know, till they get rid of the shape. Not a Squid Game. That was terrible, man. It wasn't even penetration. Not the kind of pussy he was. What is this? Boyfriend went down on me and found a dead kitten.
What?
What? Do you know who sent that?
Who?
Naomi Mitchell.
What?
Sends me, where are these videos? Boyfriend went down on me and found a dead kitten. Oh, well, here. That's a
Oh,
nice
she's a right pair of wobblers and shit.
She is fucking. She's a right gang of wobblers. Oh Jesus! No thanks. He was the most promiscuous or slutty out of the two of you back in the. I mean, to this moment in time, Michelle de Blat, truth bomb.
Never married. I never settled down.
Couple of wobblers. These are all just mad videos. We're gonna be here all day. So have you ever been shit upon? I know scat is a thing, but this is a bit much.
Ah, no.
It's alright, it's from the BBC. It's just fucking... Now that. Page cannot be found. Well, sometimes that's a good thing.
Thank the Lord.
Fucking hell. See, I should open these first, but there's just going to be a ton of just fucking prison-worthy videos. DUP, that's your man, isn't it? Dirty Fries.
Hello everybody. My name is Kevin McAllister and I'm running for the leadership of the Democratic Unionist Party. 6,000 years ago, God created Ulster. He created Alistair, the first man.
Can you be bothered?
No.
He's a very funny guy, though.
Aye.
That guy, but you know, we're here to watch porn. These are just load of videos people fucking send me. Who gets stopped at airports more? Me.
Yeah.
Me. And it's you usually get like fucking finger blasted, and then they're just like a videos or something. You know what I mean? Like they get to the end of it. Do you get spotted by people that know who you are very, very quickly? Because that if anyone spots me and knows who I am from whatever, it is like if I seen someone that I liked, I'd be like, is that? I would have to be like, are you sure that's the person that I like watching their podcast or something? I
tend to get, it's either fuck me, there's Micky Bartlett, or I'll get, are you
Paddy McWilliam?
Yeah, and it'll be, are you Thompson? See the one you Bandor in that video was very funny. Oh, that's McCartney. Like, one you tired about being in the rap, like that's Paddy. Yeah, anybody with a ginger beard.
You on the tools, is it?
Aye.
I'd be like in the car, and a car will come up beside of me, and some guy will be driving, just go, get it! Like fucking put the car off the road.
I'm kind of look. I've just got enough notoriety. Like it's not really getting in the way. Do you know that if I told you the one time it really fucked me off was like I was out for dinner with a girl I was going out with. It was like around Christmas time, and this woman was like, "Oh my God, you're fucking Micky Bartlett. You're brilliant." And I was like, "Oh, cheers, thanks very much." She's like, "Do you mind if I get a wee photo?" And I'm like, literally eating dinner, and I was like, "Fuck it, right?" Got a photo. And then about 10 minutes later, she was on the phone. She's like, my son loves you. She's on the phone to her son, and she was like, guess who I'm sitting with? Guess who I'm sitting with? Guess who I'm sitting with? And then she's going, no.
Oh, fuck's sake.
No. Guess. No. 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 And at this point, she's standing beside me. She's like, no. No, guess. Guess. No. Right, yeah. And then she went, Micky Bartlett, and she goes, do you want to talk to him? Oh, no, and then she turns to me and she goes, he doesn't want to talk to you. And I went, I don't want to fucking talk.
Yeah.
You rang him, cunt.
I'm trying to eat my goujons in peace.
I'm sitting here trying to fucking dip my steak in the pepper sauce.
Fuck off.
Yeah, it was I think that's the rudest it's ever been.
You're perfectly within your, like, Yeah, you're allowed. If people are being like full fucking assholes like that.
Or the time a guy came up to me after, and this was recently, and he was like, man, I've heard you talk about rough gigs, but that was fucking, to see you have a rough gig was fucking, and I was like, you were the cunt who talked the whole way through it.
Where was this?
In Lurgan. I was like, you literally were the rough gig.
To see you have a rough gig.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God. I come up to the office, like sometimes when I come up here, I'll leave the house at like 7.
Aye.
So I'm here at 8 to miss the fucking like 2 hours of traffic in the middle there. And I went to Asda like first thing just to get some bits, get some messages. And I walked out of the thing and I hear someone going, Colin. And I was like, who the fuck's this? Mask it, fucking mask and all that shit. She runs up and she goes, we were at your show and the thing and all, can I get a photo with you? And she was like a nurse. And I went, yeah, no problem. And she goes, and I'm like,
that's happened to me a couple of times.
You get in it?
Aye.
And she was like, no, I'm in my work clothes and all. And I'm like, well then fucking take it off the internet.
Aye.
Why have you to get a photo with an Asda bag?
Aye.
Like a dickhead, like.
And when people send photos of like standing behind me in a queue, I'm like, that's fucking creepy.
Yeah, you creepy bastard. Too much. I tell you, I mean, dudes straight up squirt. What I'm trying to say is no one squirts harder than like a work van full of dudes when they see me. Yeah.
Fucking boy.
Like anyone else could walk past and they wouldn't react as much. But if they see me, they're cock in hand.
Yeah.
I'm in the white van, in the high vis, just fucking like a van full of chimps going nuts.
I'm glad I don't have that. Do you know, like I have the kind of like,
you wish you had that.
Fuck no.
You wish you had a white van full of dudes.
I'm happy enough that it's like people who like stand up there like, man, you're funny.
It could be a naked Megan Fox spreading her wobblers on the bonnet of the fucking transit van, and they wouldn't look up from their baguette.
Aye.
And then I walk past and they're like, yeah, look, what a birthday. I know.
Aye.
One of them throws a cappuccino at the other one.
Do you know, see the shit when people, it's when you meet someone who's going, you're not even fucking funny. You're not even fucking, and you're like, stop trying to be good crack. You can't be. Just fucking.
I know. You don't have to try and be funny right here.
I'll take butter on it. 3 sausages.
Obviously, 4.
And a jumbo.
For the woman.
When I eat pigs in a blanket. Black pot.
A box of Bodleys.
That's a roll.
A box of Bodleys. 9 cargo johns for the trip. Please.
From here to the car.
And give me a large portion of brown sauce.
And I'll take.
They're just sachets. I want a large portion.
I'll take a wee dander and soda. so I can get. I'll pay for it. I'll just give them the empty bag, but I'll let them know that.
Aye, I'll have a kiwi pie. It's one of them pies with a Q.
Do you have any garlic potatoes? No, I'll leave it. Right.
Sir, this is Subway.
You're in a bank, sir.
Am I?
Aren't we all?
Yeah. What did I just did? What did I just did over there?
A pen.
What?
That was scary. No, that's the chain that was attached to the wall.
Put your penis away.
What?
A banana bubble. Had a fun. It's from John. Had a fun encounter with the receptionist at a Premier Inn, Alfred Street. Asked who we were going to see on Saturday night. Said Micky Bartlett, but apparently she never heard of him. But then said, I know his friend Barry. I said, you mean Colin? She said, yeah, I don't think he's very funny. You know, he stays here. Big woman in her 50s, seemed like she wanted to kill herself. She said, yeah, I don't think he's very funny. You know, he stays here. I mean, I did speak to one woman once because I was staying there for whatever reason.
Aye.
But I'll not be fucking back.
Fucking right.
I tell you that, you bitch.
It's yeah, it is a shit hotel. Like.
It's crap. People always have to let you know. Like, I always say this, but people take comedy so personally.
Aye.
Like, I don't find that funny.
Yeah. It's the thing that fucking always annoys me, and it's getting worse as I've got older, is people going, well, I've never heard of him. And you're like, he exists. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've met him, like.
Yeah. Well, I've never heard of him.
Aye.
But they think like, you know, they're dishing out funny cards at birth, and some people get them and some people don't. And people are like, well, fuck that guy anyway. He's only, you know, and you're like, no. Like,
it's, we've talked about it for fucking 10 years now. People getting angry about comedy. You're like, what the fuck are you,
like, you
what a
wouldn't
waste of time.
You wouldn't be going like, you know, we went to Dublin there to see fucking Idols. And I would go, I fucking hate them.
Aye.
I think they're fucking shit. You would never, like music, you'd never have to jump in and be like, I have to let you know how I feel about that. You're like, who gives a shit?
Exactly.
Fucking,
It's the
there's
strangest thing.
6,000 people at the gig. Who gives a flying fuck?
I remember saying, like, it was a fucking Facebook comment for gigs I was doing recently. I did one, like, my local bar in Lurgan, and some girl had commented, like, oh my God, he's not even funny. And you're like, I am, though.
Yeah. Professionally, career funny.
Yeah. All over the world.
You chipped iPhone, brown-fingered, smelly bitch.
Fucking hair, short red hair, fucking definitely fucking a gold tooth. Yeah, fucking you muggle.
You fucking miserable cashier bitch.
You fucking 2 profile stickers away from killing yourself because you're fucking bored shitless. Well done on getting your vaccine and being kind. Yeah, fucking cunt.
You raffle Sharon, purple-haired chat, mother of 6,
trying to find a dog in Orlando. Yeah, fucking tramp.
Oh, you fucking...
And here your relationship status isn't complicated. You're a witch. And your husband left you. You fucking big, puby, fishy fannied, fucking prolapsed asshole, inverted nipple, fucking jippo. By the way, you're not funny either. You fucking... Just look down to your 3rd post here. I seen your grand has been dead 14 years. I'm happy about it. You fucking dick.
You vaping gunt wedgie. You fucking 2 asses at the front of your Gymshark fucking leggings heap of shit.
Just because you have to work Sundays, you fucking Argos swiping cunt.
You fucking smell like chips, bitch. Tell me I'm not funny. Fucking...
You eat chicken balls on a Wednesday.
For breakfast.
Bet you smoke Lambert and Butler Gold too, not even the nice ones. Sorry,
the diet ones. My ma used to smoke them. Look where I got hurt. That's the wrong button.
The wrong button.
I have a pain in the back of my head right now.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway. You unfunny bastard. So tame. Ever farted in public and let on it wasn't you?
All the time.
Every time. Oh, my head. Oh. Deadlifts and then laughing too much.
Aye.
I'm sore, man. Right, last
Same.
question. Fuck it. Does it put either of you off your sets when people are constantly getting up to leave for a piss or whatever? Not really.
Yeah. Not.
It's when they won't fuck up about Portavogie and want to fucking
Aye.
go and license a gun.
It's the not heckling, but just trying to talk to you is when you get put off.
Yeah.
Micky.
Or you say something, they go, that's right, no change. Remember you told me this
fuck.
the other work. I'm like,
That's a real pet peeve of mine.
it really grinds my gears.
Yeah. I think we should have, comedy should lock comedy down for a month, every second month on, month off. I think it's a perfect way to do stand-up.
Okay.
Because a month people are still excited to be out, but after a month they go back to, can I show you a photo of my dog?
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of something.
Yeah. Fuck them people. Yeah. Right. We'll wrap it up, Mick. There's lunch to be at.
That's it. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Have you any big shows left? No?
No, not at the minute. But follow me on Instagram. I'll fucking...
Just to let you know, folks, if you want to go to Lavery's Comedy Club, it's on twice a week now. It's on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And I'm going on a little miniature tour.
Sexy.
14th of this month, I'm in Dublin, Waylands.
Lovely.
Nice. And then November, forget the dates, but I'm going to Liverpool. I'm going to fucking... Where else am I going?
Have a clue, boss.
Liverpool. And then I'm going on to Glasgow.
Lovely.
Later on. But anyway, just follow me on Instagram. You'll see all those dates. Should be
Class.
good. And then I'm doing the SSE, forgot to mention that.
Oh,
Get yourself a tickets.
Lovely stuff.
One I'm sold out and then the other one's got a couple of seats left
Aye.
up and back. Like, but you know, you can. It's a good
You
vantage
still
point.
see. Aye.
They set it up in such a way where
It's intimate.
it's like a theatre,
Yes.
so you can see from anywhere. And they got the big screens and all. It's all good, man.
Dead.
That's it. See you later.
All the best.
Will you fuck up too?
Yeah, right. See you later. Bye.